There is a moment in every life in the soul a turning point is reached. This is the moment in which you're looking for me, the beginning of a new journey that will not only change your circumstances, but your whole being. You'll no longer come to a point where you're old enough and you feel inside of you that something greater is waiting for you. This moment is holy, for he is the beginning of your awakening to the life I have prepared for you. On this trip, you will get me deeper to get to know. Every step that you take will lead you closer to me. It may not always be easy, but be assured that I will lead you in every phase. Your questions, your insecurities, all of that, I'll turn in wisdom if you have the courage to go with me. The world as you previously knew will change. The things that were once important to fade away, and what really matters will blossom in your heart. You'll find peace where unrest was and hope where despair reigned, because with me there's no darkness that can't be my light illuminates. My child, have faith, my child. This trip is not the end, but the beginning of a life that is imbued with grace, peace, and my infinite love. Hold on to me, and I will lead you where you need to go. My promises are eternal and unchanging. I have plans for you, plans for peace and not for evil, plans and you hope and a future. This promise applies not only to the people in times past, but also for you today. I see your struggles, I see your doubt, but I call on you to trust in my promises, for they are true and will be fulfilled in your life. In moments of darkness, do you think that you forget you, but know this, that every promise that I made you have true. Sometimes it doesn't happen immediately, and you may ask yourself if I listen to your prayers. But remember that my ways higher than your ways and my thoughts higher than your thoughts. Be patient, for I am faithful and will do all my time. My promise is to bring light into the darkest corners of your heart. You just have to carry you when your own strength is waning, and they give you an anchor in times of storm. You can be sure that whatever happens, I'm on your side, and that I have the path in front of you. Listen to me, even if you can't see him yet. Trust my promises, my beloved child. Don't be discouraged by adversity, because I've prepared something amazing for you. Hold on to your faith, and you'll see my promises come in your life to fulfillment. There is no wound too deep, is that my grace you could cure. I am the God of healing, and my heart is burning with desire, you of all your pain, and to relieve suffering. Every tear that you shed is known to me, and every burden you are carrying I see. You're not alone in your pain, because I'm closer to you than you can imagine. My grace is like a gentle balm, the deepest scars to heal. She seems quiet, but powerful. If you give me your broken heart, I will fill it with a love that can heal any wound. It doesn't matter how deep the pain is or how long he had been living in you, because in my grace, there are no limits. You may think that your mistakes and injuries you define, but that is not true. I see you through the eyes of love, and in my grace you're perfect. Don't let the wounds of the past determine your future. My grace is here to refresh you, to strengthen you, and give you new hope. Trust my grace is enough. They will heal you, restore, and you give the strength of your pain grow. Your healing process has already begun. As soon as you put your wounds in my hands, are you carrying a burden that is not meant for you is. The pain that you carry in your heart, the worries that keep you awake at night, give it to me. I'm the only one who can carry the load without breaking. My arms are strong, and my love for you is bigger than you can imagine. You don't have to carry this burden alone. Sometimes you cling to your pain because he is familiar, because you don't know how you live without him. Shout. But I say to you today that you may be free. You can take these chains because they are not a true part of yourself. I have not created you to live in pain and suffering. Give me your burdens, and I will turn into joy. It is an act of trust to let go of. I know that it's hard to believe that someone else can wear your pain better than you, but I promise you that if you leave your concerns to me, I'll meet you with a peace that exceeds all understanding. You will feel ease where heavy was. My beloved child, you are not alone. You don't have to walk this path alone. Give me your pain and I'll turn them into something new and wonderful. Trust me, for I am the God who loves you, and you, through anything and everything, will be wearing. No matter what you've lost, no matter how deep you have fallen, I am the God who restores. Nothing is broken in your life is for me to be incurable. I am the creator of the heavens and the earth, and in the same way as I created the universe from nothing, I can also renew your life and straighten up again. You just have to believe in me and let me look. Maybe you look on the wreckage of your life and wonder how it ever again a little whole to. But you have to be sure that I'm able to get out of the broken most of your life to make something beautiful too. Every wound, every defeat, every lost year, I will restore it and it will be better than before. My recovery goes beyond what you can imagine. It is not only repair what is broken, but a renewal, makes you stronger and wiser. I'll give you beauty for ashes, joy instead of mourning, praise instead of despair. My plan for you is good, and my intentions are always to be your best. Trust my powers of recovery. No matter how hopeless it may seem, I am the God of second chances. I'm going to give you new hope, new courage, and a future that goes far beyond your wildest dreams and beyond. The world offers many kinds of peace, but this peace is fleeting. It depends on the circumstances, of the external conditions, which change constantly. But the peace that I give you is different. He is not of this world. He is deeply and permanently, regardless of the storms that are raging around you. This peace I give you. My peace starts in your heart. He is a silent reassurance that everything is in my hands. If you trust me, you will get to experience this peace keeps your thoughts and feelings, even in the most difficult times. You don't have to be afraid of the future, because I'm already there and care for you. You may ask yourself how it is possible to find peace when everything around you breaks. But remember that I am the Lord over the storm. I brought the waves and the wind to rest, and as I will soothe your heart. Open yourself to my peace, and he will make you feel like a gentle stream. This peace is my gift to you. You need to accept him only. You need to get it from the unrest in the world to master. With me, you can find the peace that goes beyond any understanding. Let my peace in your heart stop, and let him be the anchor of your soul. Prayer is the key to transformation. When you pray, you open your heart to my presence, and in this encounter, the real change happens. It's not just about your concerns and ask to bring in front of me. It's making me in your life. The prayer is a living connection that gives you the strength to overcome obstacles, and in the life to grow, I have provided for you. In prayer, you can find not only answers, but also peace. You can bring everything in front of me, every fear, every joy, every need. I can hear every word and know the unspoken desires of your heart. And while you're praying, I am working inside of you. Heal your wounds and renew your mind. The prayer opens doors that you never thought possible. Don't confuse the power of prayer with a simple ritual. It is an encounter with me, the living God. I want to work on in your life, but often the key lies in your willingness to come to the prayer to me. Your faith is growing in prayer. Your soul will be strengthened, and your spirit will be renewed. Let prayer be your daily companion. It will lead you forward and change, because every prayer you lift to me makes a difference. If the change is not immediately seen, be sure that I'm at work. The transformation occurs while you open me your heart in prayer. Storms are part of life. There are times in which the waves beat high and the wind is blowing fiercely. You feel harassed from all sides and see no way out. But be of good cheer, for I am the Lord over the storm. A single word from me, and the storm will fit you. The waves that threaten to overwhelm you come to rest because I have the power over all things. What you're going through, it is not the storm of the last word, but my command. When you call me, I will answer. Even if it seems that the storm would end, trust that I'm in control. I'm with you in every storm and I'll carry you through. There is no force on earth more powerful than my word. In the midst of the storms, will you hear my voice that says to you, fear not. These words have the power to calm any storm. You are not just words, but a divine reality. When I speak, it happens. In the same way as I've used the laws of nature in the creation, so I am also spiritual laws in your life. My word will never return empty. Trust that no storm in your life to be great, as I him not breastfeed could. Be still and know that I am God. My hand holds the universe, and I also think that your life is safe in my hands. The storm will pass, but my word will remain forever. You're in the middle of a divine plan, and the miracle you're looking for is already prepared. I see your needs and know what your heart longs for. Often do you think that the wonder is not that it is for others and not for you, but I say to you today that your miracle is already ready. It is just waiting for you to accept it in faith. My ways are often hidden, but never haphazard. Every detail of your life is in my hands, and I always work to your benefit. Even if you don't see it now, I am already at work. The miracle that you are looking for is not only a solution to your problems, but a sign of my love and care for you. It is my proof that I care for you even in the smallest things. Sometimes it requires patience, for my timing is perfect. While you wait, I prepare everything. The miracle is not only the result, but also the process by which you go. Your faith grows. Your relationship to me deepens, and at the end you'll see that everything had a meaning. Every prayer, every tear, and every hope you have brought before me, it will lead to a divine miracle. Trust the miracle already there. You just have to open your eyes and realize what I'm doing. Your miracle is not in the distance, it is close. Faith, trust, and be ready to receive the miracle that I've prepared for you. I am the God who sees. There is nothing that escapes me. Every detail of your life is known to me, and my providence is perfect. You don't have to worry about how things will develop, because I already have a plan. My plan for you is good, and He will fulfill in your life, even if you can't see the way. My providence means that I already prepared everything, got what you need. I've seen the future, and I have everything set up so that it serves your best. You may not immediately understand, but trust that I'm in control. Nothing happens outside of my will, and nothing can thwart my plan for your life. Often do you doubt because you can't see how things fit together. But I work in all things. My providence includes both the big and the small things. Everything that happens to you has a purpose, and I use every situation to bring you closer to me and my work in you to complete. Trust my destiny, my child. You're never alone and never lost in the turmoil of life. I am the God that carries you, and I will guide you through all the ups and downs. Everything you need will come at the right time, because I have it already prepared for you. In a world full of disappointment and emptiness, I offer you something that knows no boundaries. I'm the source of living water, and this water will never run dry. If you are thirsty for peace, love, or sense, come to me. Everything that you are looking for you can find in me, because my water gives life in abundance, life that never ends. Many people are looking for other places to fulfillment, but they always come thirsty back, because only I can quench the deepest thirst of your soul. The water that I shall give to you not only quenches your thirst for a moment, but it is in you to be a source which flows forever. It is an eternal gift to strengthen you, and will refresh. You don't have to look any further. You don't have to wander through the deserts of life in the hope that you will find somewhere a drop of peace. I am always with you, ready to fill you with my living water. All you have to do is you, me, and your hands reach out in order to receive. Trust that source in you, never run out of will. There are no circumstances, no drought, which could stop my grace and my life in you. As long as you stay in me, you will never again thirst, for I am the source of life, and my gift to you is for eternity. Each path of suffering you can walk in glory if you take Him with me to go. I know that there are moments where the pain hardly can, where the load may seem overwhelming to endure. But let me tell you that suffering is not the end. It is the way to glory I have prepared for you. There is a deeper meaning in the suffering. Maybe you still don't understand. However, in every pain, every tear, I'm in you. I use even your most difficult moments to pull you closer to me and to refine you. The suffering is not in vain. It is a place of transformation if you give it to me. My glory is not of this world. It is larger and richer than you can imagine. If you go through the fire, I am with you, and I'm getting stronger you, and let the lamp for it. You won't be the same person you once were. I will take your pain and turn it into a story of victory and grace. Believe that the suffering is not the end, but the beginning of something bigger. Hold on to me, and you'll see how I'll take you out of the deepest valleys to the highest peaks of my glory. Because with me, everything ends up suffering into glory. Do you like yourself in your thoughts and feelings feel trapped, as if there is no escape from the chains would be that you bind to? But I say to you, today is the day of your liberation. I'm here to free the prisoners, and that includes you too. You don't have to live longer in emotional darkness, because I have the power to break every chain. Your fears, your worries, your doubts, you have no power over you if you let me leave. I'm going to take you away, and you instead my peace. It is not my will that you live in the inner captivity, trapped by the walls of your own thoughts and feelings. I am the God of freedom, and for the freedom I have created you. Trust that there is no state from which I'm not out to lead can. You may think that your emotional captivity is too strong, but for me, there are no limits. I'm the one who opens doors that no one can shut. Come to me and you will experience how the walls that hold you dissolving into nothing. With me there is freedom. Freedom is not just outwardly but deep in your heart. You're going to see how I free your heart from any restraint and gives you a new life to give, free of fear and pain. Trust me, and I will lead you to the freedom that I have prepared for you. You might think that you are too far gone, are you too far from my mercy aware? But know that my hands are always open to welcome you. There is no place for you, my love, you can't find hide. No matter how many times you fell, I'm here, ready to take you in my arms. My love for you is unconditional. You do not depend on how good you are or how many times you've failed. You are my beloved child, and I'm always waiting for you. My arms are wide open, and you always will be. You just have to have the courage to come to me as you are. There is no shame in it I don't with my love could cure. There is no error could not cover my grace. You're never too far away from me to return. Here I stand with open hands ready to receive you, to heal you and give you new hope. Trust that you always are welcome. You don't have to be perfect to come to me. My hands are wide open, ready to hug you and to show you that you loved, wanted, and value are estimated. Come, my child, and let my love be overwhelming. My mercy is infinite, and yet, do you understand only a fraction of that? There are depths of my grace and mercy, which thou hast not yet understood. I am the God of second chances, the God who looks after your failure but to your heart. My mercy is renewed every morning and is just waiting to fill you. Sometimes you think your in my mercy will not be worthy, but that is a misunderstanding. My mercy is not based on your performance but to my love. It is a gift you can't earn and you won't lose. My heart is full of compassion, and I have pleasure to forgive you and restore. My mercy is also a call to forgiveness. As I forgive you, I call you to forgive others. This is one of the secrets of my mercy. It multiplies when you give you more. By forgiving others, you will get yourself free and you experience even deeper, as far as my mercy is sufficient. Know that my mercy is always there for you ready. You just have to come and accept it. There is nothing that you did that would be too big for my forgiveness. My mercy is boundless and is now here for you. In the darkest moments when all seems lost burns in you, a small flame of hope, and this is a flame coming from me. You may seem weak, but they will never expire as long as you think you are to me. I am the source of this hope, and I will never let you down. Even if everything around you breaks down, it remains my hope for you alive. Hope is not the same as optimism. It is more than just the belief that all will be well. It is the deep knowing that I'm at work, even if you don't see. This hope will carry you through the darkest valleys. It gives you the strength to keep going when nothing else remains. It is a gift from me to you, to remind you that you're never alone. Do you like times in which you think the flame of hope in you has expired? But let me tell you, it burns still. Maybe small, maybe flickering, but it is there. And I'm going to rekindle. I will nourish you until it turns bright again. Hold on to this hope, because she's your anchor in the midst of the storm. Trust that the hope that I give you and never to fail. She is not of this world but by me, and as long as you trust me, you will pass this hope never. I'm the God of hope, and I will not disappoint you. No matter how dark your circumstances may seem, I am the light every darkness distributes. My light is more powerful than any darkness, and nothing can stop it. If you let me in your life, there will be no more shadows, the power to overwhelm you. My light, clarity, peace, and hope, where before there was only despair, reigned, brings. You don't need to be afraid of the dark, because she has no power over me. Even in the darkest hours of your life, I'm with you. I lighten your soul in order to show you the way, to give you courage and lead you safely through the darkness. No darkness is too deep for my light could not illuminate. Trust that my light in you, it seems, even if you may not feel it. It works in you, it spreads and distributes all the shadows trying to overwhelm you, because I am the light of the world, and he who abides in me will never walk in darkness. Let my light is in your heart, and you will experience how it changed everything. The darkness that surrounds you will fade, and you'll in a new light, the light of my love, my truth, and my presence. This light is for you, and it will never expire. The strength you need to face the challenges of your life to master, not by yourself. It comes from me. It is a supernatural force that goes far beyond your own abilities and beyond. This power is available to you if you trust me, and you of me, and guided. It is not visible, but it works in you and through you. Often you try things to do, and you realize that you are exhausted and weak-willed. But if you trust me, you'll see that my power is working in you if you're the weakest. In your weakness I am strong, and my strength is most evident when you realize that you need me. It is not the physical strength or the intellectual ability that makes the difference, but the spiritual power that I give you. This power comes through my spirit that dwelleth in you. It gives you courage where you're afraid of, and stamina where you want to give up. It is a source of infinite energy that never runs dry. Don't let this supernatural power. It will enable you to overcome obstacles you have considered insurmountable. You'll see that nothing is impossible if you rely on my strength. Trust me, and you will experience how I work through you. There are times in your life where you feel weak, to feel as if you have no more strength to you to carry on. However, it is precisely in these moments I am the strongest in you. Your weakness is not the end, but the beginning of my strength in you. If you stop to trust in your own strength, can you feel my power flowing through you? Your weakness is not a defeat, but an invitation to me to leave. In your vulnerability, I come to you on the next one, because my grace is enough for you, and my power is made perfect in your weakness. Absolutely. You don't have to be strong to be loved. You just have to be willing to let me be the one to wear. Don't be discouraged if you feel weak. Feel. Because it is precisely in these moments, I'm on to the next. I'm not going to give you new strength that comes from you, but by me. You will see that my strength for you in the darkest of hours carries it and gives you the power to go where you thought that there's no way anymore. Trust that your weakness is the place where I have my greatest power reveal. If you're weak, I am your strength. I will never leave you, and in every moment of your weakness I will give you the power you need. Every time you call me, I hear you. Your prayers are never in vain, because I pay attention to every word you speak. Even if you think that your reputation fades into the darkness, I hear you. I am a God who hears, and my ears are always open to the voices of my children. Your prayers are not in vain, even if you have no immediate reply to see this. I hear you, and I will answer in my own way and my own time. Sometimes the answer happens immediately, and sometimes it requires patience. But know this, that I always listen, and that no prayer goes unnoticed. There is no distance. My ears stop could be your call to hear. No matter where you are, no matter how deep you have fallen, your voice reaches me. Because I am a God who is near, and your prayers are precious to me. They rise like incense, and I receive it with joy. Trust that I do every word that you speak. Listen, even if sometimes you get the answer you expect, know that I hear you and that I work on in your life. Your prayers have power, and you always reach my heart. In times of hardship and uncertainty, I invite you to take refuge under my wings to find. So like a bird carries its young under his wings, so I want to protect you, and you in safety keep. My protection is perfect, and nothing can reach you where you are in my care. You only have to come out, and I'm going to take you in. There are many places where you protection are looking for, but none is as sure as is the case with me. The world offers you short-term solutions, but they are not able to give you the peace you need. I am your refuge. The place where you really come to rest can. Under my wings you will find peace, even when the storm around you rages. You can be sure that my love and protection surround you if you are with me to stay. Nothing and no one can tear you out of my hand. You'll be safe under my wings, and in my presence you will be strengthened. You must not fear, for I am your shield and your fortress. Trust me and find refuge with me. My wings will cover you, and I will carry you through the darkest times through. You're never alone when you take refuge in me are looking for. My love will surround you and protect you wherever you go. When the storms of life you tossing and turning, I offer you a safe port in my love. You lost like you and shocked to feel, but in me you will find peace and stability. My love is your anchor, your safe place. If everything around you begins to falter, you can escape you in my arms, and there you will find peace. The waves may be strong, but I'm stronger. No matter how high the storms hit, my love holds you tight. You can to my fidelity to trust, because I'll never leave you. In me you will find the safe haven you're looking for, and in this port you will find healing, peace, and strength. Don't lose the courage when the waves are high. The storms of life are not for always, but my love will remain. It is unchangeable and will never let you down. You're safe in me no matter what happens. My love is the secure place where you can always find refuge. Hold on to my love if the world harassed. Trust that you in me are anchor that is unshakable. My love will guide you, and you'll always be able to return to my safe haven, where you'll find new hope and peace. Your future is not uncertain. If you do like me, don't trust. I have plans for you, plans of peace and prosperity. Even if you don't know sometimes where the path may lead, you can be sure that I have already prepared every step of the way. I know the way you're going to go, and it is a good way, full of hope and promise. There may be times where you doubt everything goodwill, but know this, my plans are perfect. I frustrate every detail of your future in my hands, and nothing can. Whatever happens, you're safe, because I'm the one who directs your steps. You don't have to in front of the future fear, for I am already there. Every challenge, every blessing, it's all part of my big plan for your life. You can proceed with confidence because you know I'll take you. Trust that in the future I have prepared for you, better than you can imagine. Give your fears and trust me. I have prepared large for you, and you'll see how my plan unfolds in your life. Stay close to me, and I will lead you into a future characterized by peace, joy, and my endless love. My word is alive and powerful. It has the power to change your life and renew you from the inside out. If you open yourself up to my word, you will get to experience how it works in you, making all things new. My words are not just the letters on the paper, they are spirit and life. You penetrate your soul and bring healing, comfort, and wisdom. In times of uncertainty, my word is your secure anchor. It will guide you in the way you show if you know where to go. My promises in the scriptures are true, and you can be sure that I'm going to keep every single word. Drop my word deep in your heart, and it will bring forth fruit. The renewal you're looking for starts with my word. It cleanses you, it strengthens you, and gives you new hope. Every day you spend in my word is a day that you come closer to me and more of my truth and love to understand. You will see how your thinking, your feeling, and your actions changed by my word. Trust my word is always effective. It will not return to me empty, but all accomplish what it was sent out. Open your heart to my word, and you will experience as it leads you into a new dimension of life and faith. There is no pain. I'm not in joy turn can. Your tears are precious to me, and I see every time your heart breaks. But do not know that this is the end. I have the power to make your tears of joy songs of your suffering cheers. You're not going to stay forever in mourning, for I have promised thee joy and comfort. You may think that your tears are useless, but they are not. Every tear that you cry is like a seed that falls to the ground, and I'm going to take these seeds of pain and in a rich harvest of the joy of turning. It may not happen immediately, but trust that the day would come when you look back and see how I've done everything new. Your joy is not from circumstances, but from my presence in your life. I am the source of your joy, and this joy can you take no one. Even if you're crying now, so shall you reap but soon with joy. I will turn your mourning into dancing, and your heart will overflow with joy. Trust me, because I am the God of every tear looks, and every tear is dried. I'm going to make your pain something beautiful, and you will sing songs of joy where previously only complaint was. Because in my presence the fullness of joy, and this joy is waiting for you. There is no wound in your heart. The me is hidden. I see the pain that you carry deep inside of you, even if you find him before the other hide. Every injury, every disappointment, every broken hope is known to me. But know this, that I am the healer of your heart. No wound is too big or too deep for me to heal you. Often you try your pain alone to bear, but you don't have to. I'm here to carry your load and bring you healing. When you do provide me your wounds, I will touch you with my love and you recover. It is my desire to heal you from the inside out and to lead you into the fullness of life which I have provided for you. You don't have to, in your pain, remain trapped. My healing is here for you. You just got to accept it. It may take time, but trust that I am not acting in you, even if you feel the change immediately. I'm going to use each break, each scar, in order to create something new and wonderful in your life. Trust me, I know you better than anyone else. I know every wound in your heart, and I'm here to heal you. You're not alone in your pain. I'm with you, and my love will make you whole again. There are times in which your fears overpower you, in which you ask as you face the challenges of life supposed to. But I say to you today, my plans for you are greater than your fears. I know every concern you, but you have to be sure that I've already got a plan for you, all over your fears. Your fears can you paralyze, but they have no power over the plans that I have for your life. I am the God who holds everything in his hand, and no fear, no doubt, can frustrate my will for you. I have called you to a life of abundance and victory, and nothing can change that. Trust that I have the control I have. Even if you can't see all the way yet, I know where I am leading you. Every challenge, every uncertainty is used by me to bring you to the place I have prepared for you. Your fears may be loud, but my voice of truth is stronger. You can count on me and my plans. I will run through you through your fears, and you'll see that my plans are far greater than you've ever dreamed of. Nothing is too big for me, and your future is safe in my hands. Any pain you're experiencing, every tear that you forget of me to be saved. There is nothing in your life I don't turn around and for your well could use. I am the God of salvation, and no sorrow is so deep that I could not turn it into a blessing. You don't like now, you understand why you are suffering, but trust that I will everything turn out for the good. Often you will see only the pain and think that there is no way out there, but I'm telling you that there is no pain that would be too big for my salvation. I'm suffering with you in yours, and I will transform it into a source of comfort and strength. Your story doesn't end in suffering, but in the redemption. Trust that I in your pain at the factory am. Nothing is in vain and nothing is wasted. Every moment of suffering can be transformed into an occasion of grace if you'll allow me to work in your life. I'm going to create from the deepest wounds of the greatest miracles. Let me be your suffering in my hands, and I'll have it in joy turn. There is no depth to which I would not descend to redeem you. Trust me, for I am the God who makes all things new, and your suffering will rise my salvation. My presence is the place where you can true healing will find. Perhaps you are looking for answers in the world, but the healing you're looking for coming from me. If you spend time in my presence, I will renew your soul and heal you. There is no wound that can't reach my healing touch. Do you like broke you feel, but in my presence you will get restored. I am the healer of your soul, and in my presence you find peace that covers all your wounds. Trust that every minute you close to me to spend heals you deeper than you can imagine. My presence is always with you. You just have to come and rest. Let go of the worries of the world and immerse yourself in my healing love. You will see how your soul is refreshed and strengthened when you approach me. In my presence there is no fear, no despair, just peace and healing. Stay close to me and your soul will heal. You will get new strength, new hope, and find peace. My presence is the place where you can find everything you need, and your soul will be healed and strengthened in my love. Do you like in darkness walk, but I'm here to take your steps into the light to lead. Every step you go with me, leading you closer to the truth, to freedom, and to the love I hold for you. You don't have to stay in the darkness, for I am the light that shows you the way. My guidance is clear and safe, even if you the whole way still not able to see. Trust that I draw each of your steps, and you safely through the darkness lead. You'll see the path illuminated before you, if you listen to my voice and follow me. There is no darkness, so great is that my light do not penetrate could. Even if you feel lost, I'll lead you back on the right path. Let me be your guide, and you'll find the right path, the path that leads to life and peace. Trust me, and I will make you into the light. Every step with me will bring you closer to the fullness of life that I have for you. You won't walk no longer in darkness, but in my light that gives you hope, peace, and joy. As a shepherd his flock guarded, so I'll watch over you. I am the good shepherd, and no one can snatch you out of his hand. You like to stray to you sometimes, but I'm always there for you due to the if you're weak, I'll carry you. If you are thirsty, I will lead you to fresh water. You're never alone, because I will not abandon my sheep. You're part of my herd, and I know thee by name. Your every worry, every one of your needs is known to me. You're so important to me that I was ready to give my life for you. There's no way you're going I don't know already. And even if you're lost, I'll find you, until you're back in safety. As your shepherd, I will lead you in the paths of righteousness. Even if you go through the dark valley, I am with you, my rod and staff to comfort you, because I'll protect you from the evil one. In me you can find safety and security, and you'll have nothing to fear, for I am with you always. Trust that I'll never leave. My eyes are always on you, and my heart is beating for you. I will lead you to green pastures and still waters, and I will give you rest. You're my beloved as sheep, and I am your shepherd, will never let you down. There are times when you are shrouded in darkness, or in you, the light at the end of the tunnel is not able to see. But it is precisely in these moments I'm your light. I am the light that will never expire, even if the night seems so dark. You may feel that leave, but I am with you, and will brighten up the way if you don't trust me. The darkness has no power over me, and no power over you as long as you are in me to stay. No matter how deep the darkness, my light is always stronger. It penetrates into every corner of your heart and dispels any fear, any insecurity. You'll see the path I have prepared for you, and you will surely go through it. Even if the world around you is dark, you can subscribe to my light leave. It shows you the next step you have to follow, and it gives you hope when everything seems hopeless. You're not alone in the darkness, because I'm here to guide you, to protect and to give you confidence. Trust that my light never goes out. It will lead you through every darkness, and you will experience how the shadows flee before thee. I am the light of the world, and with me by your side, you need to fear you, never in front of the darkness. Sometimes you feel like in a desert, lost and abandoned, without hope or rescue. However, it is precisely in these desert times I get close to you. I will find you where you are weakest and give you new strength. You may feel that leave, but I'm already with you to give you some fresh water and a new hope. The desert is not the end, but a place of preparation. In solitude and in the drought, I'm going to teach you to trust me. You'll learn that I give you the water of life, even when everything around you is dry. In the desert, you will experience my presence in a way that you don't know in the green meadows. You may think that the desert is a place of despair, but for me, it is a place of proximity. Here I am near you because here you can hear my voice more clearly. The world may be remote, but I'm closer to you than ever before. You'll see that even in the desert, flowers are in bloom if you don't trust me. Trust that I love you in the desert, find you on the way out of the show. You have not lost because I have you in my hand. I'll give you water from the rock, and you will be strengthened and renewed emerge from this desert. The desert is only a passage, but my grace will always be. Sometimes you think your dreams are broken, that it is unattainable to become. But let me tell you, not a dream that I've placed in your heart is lost to me. I am the God who produces all things, and I have the power to bring your dreams to life. What do you think of as lost in my eyes is just a new beginning. Maybe you have faith in your dreams lost, because the time has passed or because of obstacles insurmountable to appear. But you have to be sure that I am able to overcome all of this. Your dreams are safe in my hands, and I'll meet you at the right time. Trust that I'm at work even if you don't immediately see. Sometimes I will lead you through detours to you at the moment, to prepare for your dreams a reality. The delays mean that your dreams are dead. You are part of my plan to the persons who are you supposed to be, so you're ready to live the dream I have for you. Lose hope not. Your dreams are alive in my heart, and I will let you in your life come true. Trust me, because I am the God that fulfills dreams, and nothing I prepared something I have for you will be in vain. Do you like your life to look, and only the ashes to see, only what is lost and destroyed? But know that I am God who creates from dust beauty. Where you see only the debris, I see the basis for something new, for something wonderful. I am able to create from the depths of your suffering is something that radiates and is illuminated. There's nothing to be broken is that I don't restore could. Your greatest losses, your deepest scars of all, I'll take that and turn it into a story of redemption and grace. You'll see how I'll get out of the darkest moments of your life with the brightest light. Sometimes you think that the scars of your life you define, but I say unto you, they are not the end of your story. I'll take the ashes of your past and give you a future full of hope and beauty. What sees the world as worthless, I transform into something precious and beautiful. Trust I beauty from the ashes of your life bring forth. I'm going to turn every tear, every loss, into something that is larger and nicer than you could imagine ever. For I am the God who creates from dust and ashes new life. The world measures the value is often in external things, success, recognition, or possessions. But your value is not in these things. Your value lies in me, the creator of your life. I made you wonderful and unique, and nothing in this world can diminish your value or increase in value. You're in my eyes of inestimable value, regardless of what the world says. Sometimes you feel inadequate, as if you didn't have enough to do or not good enough. But let me tell you, in my eyes, you're perfect. Your value is not tied to your performance, but my love for you. You are my beloved child, and nothing can change this fact. The world is you may reject or condemn, but I see your heart. I see your efforts, your pain and your struggles, and I love you through everything. Your value remains the same because it is rooted in me, not in the volatile standards of the world. Trust that your true value in my love lies. You are precious, and nothing you do or don't do can change that. The voices of the world let the silence and listen to my voice, telling you that you are valuable, loved and wanted, just the way you are. In a world full of uncertainties and of unfulfilled promise, you can trust in my promises. Fail, never. What I have spoken, I will do. My words are true and will come in your life to fulfillment. You can trust that my promises are, no matter what the circumstances look like. Sometimes it will take longer than you were expecting, but that does not mean that my promises are not true. I work according to my schedule, and this is perfect. What I have promised you will happen, even if you can't see it now. Don't lose the faith, for I am faithful, and I'll keep what I promised. My promises are like a rock. On you, your life will be able to build, will carry you through the storms, and you give hope, even in the darkest of times. Nothing can stop my words, and no power in this world can prevent my promises in your life. Trust my promises are steadfast. They are your anchor in an uncertain world. Stay firm in the faith, because I'm the good I have begun in you too. My promises fail never, and they are for you. In a world full of turmoil and chaos, I speak peace over your life. This peace is not the peace that the world gives. He is deep, constant, and regardless of the external circumstances. My peace is a gift that keeps your heart and your mind, even if everything around you is in turmoil. Let's stop by my peace in your heart. You don't have to buy the storms of the world to be shaken, because my peace is stronger than any storm. He will carry you if you know more and you rest when your mind is restless. My peace exceeds anything you can understand, but you can feel it when you're near me. Even in the most difficult moments of your life, I'm with you. You, my peace to give. It doesn't matter how big the challenge is. My peace will guard your heart and you give the strength to hold on. He is like a shield that protects you from the attacks of fear and worry. Trust my peace be always with you. You need to accept him only. He will lead you into the peace and quiet you are looking for, and you could be sure that I have the control over everything. Let me talk to you about your life, and you will experience how each giving way to concern in front of me. The victory you're looking for has already been secured, not by your own strength, but by my hand. You fight yet, but know this. The outcome is already decided. I have defeated the enemy, and nothing can take my victory over you and your life. You're more than a conqueror through me. Do you like yourself in the midst of the struggle and feel weak, but the victory is near? Trust not in your own strength, but on my. I am the God, the ability to win battles, and I will fight for you. You don't need to be afraid of the outcome, because I've already done everything. You'll triumph in my name. It may look as if the enemy is strong, but he has no power over you, which I already defeated have. You are not fighting alone, because I am on your side, and my victory is complete and irrevocable. You'll see how I advocate for you, and how the victory is manifested in your life. Trust that the victory is by my hand, already secured. There is nothing. What can you take this win? It's because I won for you. You'll see how the enemy is fleeing, and you'll be in freedom and the joy of life, because you're going to overcome me. The desert times of your life like dry and pointless, but I have a purpose for each desert. You are not there to destroy you, but to shape you. In the heat and the loneliness of the desert, I'm going to teach you to trust me and rely on me. It is in these times that you learn to listen to my voice and look at my guide. The desert is a place of testing, but also a place of growth. You're not going to strengthen in a way, as it would be in the green valleys possible. It is a place where your faith be cleaned, and your heart will be renewed. Trust that I will lead in the droughtum with you, and you through this time. Each desert ends, but the lessons you learn will be with you, for always accompany you. You're going out of the desert with a new depth of faith and a new strength to go on. What now seems like a hard time will prove to be one of the most valuable phases of your life, because you're closer to me. Trust that your time in the desert is not in vain. I have a purpose for each challenge, and I'm going to take you through any desert in the land which I have prepared for you. You will see that the desert was only a passage, but my plan for you is forever. In your world it might look as if it is some things will not return there, but for me there is always a way. I am the God of second chances. No matter how far you away, no matter what mistakes you've made, my arms are always open. I'll call you back to give you a new chance, not once, not twice, but as often as is necessary. It is my grace that allows you to start anew. Every day is an opportunity to return to me and my forgiveness and love. You don't have to live in guilt and shame, because I've already paid the price for your mistakes. You can rise up and begin again with the knowledge that I'm going to give you a future and a hope. My mercy knows no bounds. Even if you've lost faith in yourself, I have not lost faith in you. I see your heart and I know your desire to do the right thing. You must not be afraid to come back to me, for I am the God who has the pleasure to give you a second, third, and even fourth chance. Trust my mercy is bigger than any of your missteps. You can always come back to me, and healing and renewal. There is nothing that I can't forgive, and there is no way so far that you could not find back to me. I am the God of second chances, and I'll be waiting for you. Each test that you are experiencing has a purpose. You may think that you are suffering, the pain is of no importance, but I say to you today that every trial you go, it will be a testimony. Your faith will be strengthened, and your faith is deeper, and in the end, you'll look back and see how I put you through. In the heat of the audit, shaping your character, it is not the ease of life that makes you strong, but the challenges that you overcome me. Every fight, every tear, every prayer in the silence, all of this will prepare you to be a testimony of my devotion and power in the world. What now as a burden is a source of joy and pride out, because you'll realize that all in all it was close. Your testimony is to show others that nothing is impossible if you believe in me. You'll be a living testimony of that I am able to turn every trial into a victory. Hold on, my child. This test will not last forever. It is a chapter of your story, but not the end. You will be strengthened and encouraged to go forth from you, and your life will be a testimony for anyone who is struggling with their own tests. Trust me, because I'm writing a story of grace in your life. No matter how dark or lonely your path may seem, you never go alone. I'm with you in every step that you take. Do you feel to leave you? But know that I will never leave you. My word says that I'm with you till the end of time, and this is a promise for you today. Often you can see my presence, not see or feel, especially in times of need. But know that I have you the next am. If you have the feeling that you're all alone, I go next to you, holding your hand and lead you through the deepest valleys. You're never alone, even when the road is rocky and hard. There is no distance you breaking up with me could be. I'm the God who is always with you, even in the moments when you think that nobody understands you or supported you. I understand you completely, and I go this road with you. You don't need to fear the future, for I am with you and will never leave you. Trust that I love you on every step of your way. You're not alone, and you never will be. My presence is your comfort, your strength, and your hope. I'm with you, today, tomorrow, and forever. In moments of uncertainty, if you don't know which path you take, you can contact me. I am the source of the wisdom that you need. I see the beginning and the end, and I know the best way for you. You don't have to rely on your own insight, because I'm here to give you guidance and clarity. Often you try things to explore and get to falter, but I am ready to lead you if you ask me. My wisdom is always available for you, and they will guide you safely through any obstacle. You don't need the fear of failure to have decisions, because I'm going to show you the way. Trust that I'll never be in the dark leave. My guidance is clear and direct, even if sometimes you need patience to identify you. In the silence, in prayer, and in listening to my voice, you will find the wisdom you are looking for. I'm going to reveal to you the right way, at the right time, and in the right way. Let me be your source of wisdom. You don't have to rely on your own strength or your own mind. I am the God who loves you and guides, and I'll show you the way for you to go. Trust me, and you'll never lose the orientation. There is a peace that you can experience the all human logic and reason exceeds. It is my peace of you, even if the circumstances appear to be chaotic. This peace is not the result of external conditions, but by my presence in your life. I give you peace, not as the world gives him, but deep and resistant. You may ask yourself how it is possible, peace, when everything around you collapses. But I say to you that my peace will triumph over every situation. He keeps your heart and your spirit in me, even when the storm is raging. You'll learn that nothing you can shake when my peace dwells in you. My peace is a gift you have to. You cannot earn, you can't buy it. It will be given to you by me because I love you. Let flow these peace in your heart, and you'll see how he sells each fear and each concern. He is like a silent river that carries you through the challenges of life. Trust my peace be always with you. You just have to stop looking for him and accept him. My peace let your anchor in turbulent times, and you will experience how he will carry you through anything. You're not here by accident. You're not the product of a bug or a quirk of fate. You're my masterpiece, carefully and lovingly prepared for me. I designed every part of you with care, and everything about you has a purpose. You are precious and valuable in my eyes, and nothing can change that. The world may tell you that you're not enough. You have to do is assume to be. But in my eyes, you're perfect the way you are. I created you in my image, and you are unique. Your gifts, your personality, your talents, all of which I have given to you. So you affect the world in a way that only you can. There is no one in this world that is so like you. You're my masterpiece, and I have great plans for you. You don't let the voices of the world discourage you, don't want to tell you that you're not good enough. I see you, and I know that you're fearfully and wonderfully made. Trust that you are my masterpiece. You are not incomplete or incorrect. You're exactly as I have created you, and I love you with a love that never ends. You are my work of art, and I created you with a purpose and a destiny. Do you sometimes have the feeling that the sky is closed, that your prayers will not be heard? But I say to you today that the windows of heaven are open over your life. Any of your requests, your tears can reach me, and I'm ready to shower you with blessings. You are allowed to come and receive what I have prepared for you. There is no barrier between you and me. I will not be overcome, would have. The sky is open, and my blessings are ready to come down on you, accrue. You don't have to be tedious to ask for what I want to give you. Open your heart and receive, because I have prepared large for you. The fullness of my blessings available to you if you trust in me. You may not think you're worthy, or I have overlooked your ask, but this is not true. The windows of heaven are open, and you will experience as I give you more than you can imagine. Be ready because the blessing is coming. Trust that the heavens are open over your life. Nothing prevents me from giving you what you need. Come to me with an open heart, and you'll see how my blessings you fill your life with joy and abundance to meet. There are tears that only I can see the pain that you anyone reveal, but know that each of your tears is noticed by me. Every cry that you cry in silence, in my presence will be the end. I am the God the tears dried, the pain, and leads you into the pleasure. Your tears are not in vain. There is no pain. I can heal. Even if you have the feeling that grief never ends, I am here to give you peace. In my presence there is comfort in the world. You'll see that every tear you have shed in my heart, and I will turn into joy. Sometimes it will take longer than you want, but trust that the winds have ears. I'm closer to you when you're broken, and I am with you to comfort you and restore. Your tears are not in vain, for they pave the way for a joy that is greater than your suffering. Trust that your tears are not the end. They are only the beginning of a path to healing and recovery. I will turn your mourning into joy, and you, a peace that stays forever. Fear is a constant companion in the human life. They can paralyze you, keep you from going to the steps of the faith to calling to which God you. But God's plans for your life exceed all of your fears. He sees not your fear, but your potential, and He knows what you're capable of if you don't trust Him. If you fear or remember that God is in control, He knows the future, He knows the challenges that lie in front of you, and He knows how He can lead you safely through it. Your fears may seem large, but they're nothing compared to the power and love of God. It is normal sometimes to be afraid, but God's plans for you are able any fear to overcome. He has created you with a purpose, and nothing can prevent this goal if you trust Him. His plans for you are plans of peace and not of calamity, to give you a future full of hope. Don't let your fears do not control it. Hand them over to God, because He is greater than any concern you may have. His plans are well established, and if you follow Him, you'll discover that there is nothing that you cannot overcome. There are times in life in which it seems as if everything breaks. Your efforts seem in vain, your prayers go unheard, seemingly nowhere, and it feels as if God has forgotten you. But it is precisely in these moments God is at work, often in a way that you don't immediately recognize you. God is never idle, even if you don't see. He works in secret. He weaves together the fabric of your life, even in the times when you are feeling lost. He is like an artist creating a masterpiece, even if you only have the first strokes to see this. The darkest moments are often the ones in which God is most intense works. It shapes your character, strengthens your faith, and prepares you for the blessings He will give it to you. It may feel as if everything is lost, but God never leaves one of His plans fail. Trust God, even in the darkness of your life at work. He is faithful and His ways are perfect. If you hold on, you'll look back one day and see how He has transformed all the heaviness in your life, something beautiful. Waiting is one of the most difficult exams in the life of faith. It often feels as if God doesn't answer, as if the sky is silent, but the time of waiting is never wasted. In this time, God will prepare you for the victory He has for you. While you are waiting, work of God to you. It strengthens your faith, deepens your relationship with Him, and prepares you from the inside on the blessings that are to come. The wait is a time of growth, trust, and patience. It is a time that you learn to rely completely on God's plan. The victory that God wants you to be prepared, it is not only an external result, but an inner transformation. While you are waiting, you will be changed your heart. Your character will be formed and your faith strengthened. In the end, you'll realize that the wait itself was part of the victory. Don't get discouraged if the answers are waiting for. God has a perfect time schedule and He will not let you down. The victory comes and He will be greater and more magnificent than you could imagine ever. There is no moment in your life that God is not with you. His hand holds you, guides you, and protects you on every step of your way. Even if you don't feel it sometimes, He works tirelessly to provide you and keep. His love is so great that He will never let you fall. He is ready to catch you. God's care for you is perfect. He sees every detail of your life, even the things you don't notice yourself. He knows what you need before you know it Himself, and He always makes sure that everything that happens to you is for your best. His hand is like a shield that protects you from the attacks of life. Even in times of lack and need, is the hand of God with you. He leads you through the desert times, gives you energy, and provides you with everything you need to move on. You can be sure that His care never fails, and that He always gives you exactly what you need in every moment. Trust that God's hand never let go of will. No matter how hard your path may be, He is with you. His love for you is constant and eternal, and He will keep you always in His hands and take care of you. God's promises are not empty words. When He speaks, it happens. His words have the force, life, and the effect of what He has announced. Even if it sometimes seems as if His promise is coming, you can be sure that you will meet in His time. God is fixed to every word that He speaks. In the Bible, we see countless times such as His promises are true, even though the circumstances were against it. His loyalty is immutable, and you can trust what He has on your life will become a reality. The promises of God are like seeds sown into your life to be. You need time to grow and to bear fruit, but when the time comes, you will reap abundantly. God is working in each moment to fulfill its commitments, even if you can't see it. Don't despair if it seems as if God's promises to wait for. You will meet, and if they do, they will exceed your expectations. Trust His words, for they never return empty, but will always bring the fruit which He has promised. If God is in your life intervenes, there is a change in the deep. It is not just an exterior change of circumstances, but an inner transformation of your heart. God to restore you from the inside out, He makes you a new person who lives according to His will, and His love is. This transformation often begins in the most difficult times of your life. If you're going through challenges, uses those moments to God to bring you closer to Him and strengthen your trust in Him. It is a holy transformation that prepared you for what He has planned for your future. The transformation that comes from above is a process. It does not happen overnight, but step by step you'll realize that you are stronger, wiser, and more in accordance with God's will. His love is shaping you, His grace will carry you, and His Spirit to guide you on your way. Let this transformation in your life open your heart to what would cause God is in you, and trust that He has a plan for you, beautiful and powerful forms. He sees your full potential, and He will change you to fulfill His divine plan in your life. There are moments in life where you find yourself trapped, feel as if there is no escape from your problems. You stand in front of walls that appear to be insurmountable challenges, which are too large to deal with you. But it is precisely in these moments God shows His power and opens up the way where there seems to be no. God is the master of it. The impossible becomes possible to make. He has divided the Red Sea. He took water from a rock, gush, and He has let the bread fall from the sky. His power knows no limits, and if you trust Him, He will open up in your life doors that no one can shut. This way that God opens are often unexpected and different than you imagined you did, but they always lead to His perfect plan for your life. He will guide you to paths that you have not seen before, and will get you through situations where you thought there was no way out. Trust that God already made a way for you and has prepared. Even if you don't see Him yet, He is there. He will lead you step by step and show you that there is always hope even in the most hopeless situations. In our weakest moments, God's strength is most clearly visible. If you're at the end of your own strength, if you don't have the feeling that you can keep, this is revealed in the God of His power in you, because His strength is not dependent on yours, but completely and omnipresent. In your weakness, God teaches you on Him to leave. He shows you that you don't have to create all their own power, but that He's wearing you if you can't walk any further. This dependence on Him is not weakness, but the beginning of true strength. God uses your weak moments to give you His power to give. It is in these times that you learn to trust Him completely and to include to its supply. His grace is your weakness, powerful, and through them you will able to do things that you never thought possible. Don't be discouraged when you feel weak. Feel. God is with you, and He will give you the strength you need to overcome any challenge. His strength is in your weakness perfectly, and you'll see that He's holding you in every situation. God's plan for your life is fixed and immutable. While the world around fluctuates around you, His project's unshakable. He has created you with a specific goal, and nothing that happens to you can wipe out this goal. Even your doubts and setbacks that have no influence to the bigger plan that God has for you. Often you know the entire plan of God, not immediately, because He is so much greater than you can imagine. But trust that He revealed to Him step for step in His perfect wisdom and love. Nothing you do or what you will can thwart God's plan. His ways are higher, and He brings everything to a good end. God is sovereign, and His plan is full of hope and a future. He has promised that He is with you not only during the good times, but also in the challenges. Even if you don't see all the way, Can you trust that God has prepared a path that will lead you to His promise? Your trust in God's unfailing plan will give you peace, even in the midst of the chaos. Be certain that you're in His hands safely and that He will do everything in your life to a glorious destination. Don't let your fears tarnish His plan, because He has the last word in your life. Life is full of storms, times of uncertainty, of loss, of fear. In such moments after the waves of life back and forth, to feel as if there is no solid ground under your feet. But God is your safe haven. In Him, you will find peace, even in the midst of the most violent storm. God offers you a refuge when the storms of life are raging. His presence is like a safe haven if you want to escape, when everything around you seems to be broken. In its vicinity, you cannot find the peace that satisfies all of your worries and fears, even if the circumstances change immediately. It is the storms that teach us more on God to trust. When everything is shaking and you see no other way out, it becomes clear to you that God is the only rock that you can build. He never lets you down, even if the wind blows strongly and the waves. He is always with you. When the storm is in your life is in the gloaming, remember that God is your refuge. In Him you are safe no matter what happens. Let not the external circumstances overwhelm you, but to cling to the promise that God will lead you through the storm to pass, to the peaceful waters. In the dark times of life, when the way is not clear, can see, is the light of God always be with you. There may be moments when you are feeling lost, but know that God always shows you the next step. Its light not only brightens up your external circumstances, but also enlightens your heart, that you are with clarity and confidence can make progress. God's light is not only for the bright days of thought, but especially for the dark nights. It is like a lighthouse guiding you in the dark, and you save to go in the wrong direction. In His presence, there is no total darkness, because the light is forever and permeates every darkness. Even if you don't, the entire path can be sure that God's light enough to be your next step to brighten up. He leads you in paths of righteousness, even if the world around you is uncertain. You can trust Him, that He shows you the path that thou shalt go, and that you will never walk in darkness as long as you stay with Him. Let the light of God in your heart raise, and you have the courage to go forward even if you don't understand. Enlighten your life with His wisdom and love, and you'll see that it leads you step for step until you are to the goal, which He has prepared for you. There are moments in which you think your tears are in vain to flow, that your suffering has no meaning. But God sees each tear that you have shed, and He will save you. There is a time of harvest, of the seed of thy tears bear fruit is, a time in which God will give you the joy of return that is lost through your suffering. Your tears are not in vain. You are an expression of your deepest feelings and your pain, but they are also a seed that is in the hands of God for the harvest to mature, because God has promised that He will those who sow with tears, with jubilee harvest. Your suffering will not be without meaning, because God is able to transform it into joy. This time the harvest comes when you least expect it. If you went through the darkest valleys, God will expel all of a sudden the clouds and you the blessing which has emerged from your tears. He will give you joy you cannot imagine you would have, and show you that not a tear was in vain. Trust that God your tears looks, and that He has you in His plans weaving. The time of harvest comes, and you will be abundant. You'll look back and realize that God Himself was in your deepest pain in you, and that He gives you a joy that exceeds anything you've ever experienced. Prayer is the breath of the soul, your direct connection with the Creator of the universe. Through prayer, open the gates of heaven and step into the presence of God. It is not only an act of speaking, but a holy moment in which you share your deepest needs, concerns, and joys with God. He hears every word, every sigh in your heart. Prayer is a great power. It not only changes your circumstances, but especially yourself. Every time you pray, you come from God, and He will give you the wisdom and strength you need to go through the life. The prayer is like an anchor that holds you when the storms of life are raging. God invites you in every situation to pray in moments of joy, as well as in times of sorrow. He loves it when you come to Him, because He wants to be close to you. Through prayer, you open your heart to His leadership, and He is on to you for answers, often going beyond your understanding. Let the prayer a permanent part of your life. It is your connection to the sky, the key to divine wisdom and peace. Through prayer, you enter into the eternity, and in the presence of God, you will find everything you need to master the life He has given you. In the moments of loneliness, when you feel that nobody understands you, God is with you. Do you feel to leave you out of the world? But God never leaves you. He is the faithful companion who goes with you through every valley, every storm, and every challenge. Its proximity is not real, even if you feel you always. God promises in His word that He will never abandon you or let you down. This commitment applies to every phase of your life, especially in times where you feel alone. He is with you when no one else is there, and He knows the deepest secrets of your heart. You can get away with everything to Him, for He understands you completely. There are moments where the silence around you, according to the appears, and the solitude oppressive acts. But in this silence, God speaks to you. He whispers to you courage. He reminds you that you're not alone and that His love surrounds you. You're always in His presence, and He's holding you tight in His hand. Let this truth deep into your heart sink. You are never really alone. God, the creator of heaven and earth, is with you. He walks every step with you, and you will never leave your way. In it, you will find consolation, strength, and the assurance that you are always loved and worn. There is a kind of peace that this world cannot give, a peace that is deeper than the mere absence of conflict. It is the peace of God, which protects your heart and your mind, even if the circumstances appear to be chaotic. This peace comes when you put your trust completely in God, if you stop to all self-control. The peace of God passes all human understanding. It is a supernatural peace that comes into your heart if you put your worries and fears in His hands. It is the peace that remains in the midst of difficulties, which takes you through the darkest times, and you the peace that you can in the world not to find. This peace is not dependent on outer circumstances. He is a gift from God, received by faith. When you learn to leave everything to Him, your worries, fears, and hopes, then you will experience this peace fills your heart. It is as if an invisible wall was built around your heart. The you from the storms of life protects. Search for the peace in God. He is always there, ready to give you peace when you approach Him. Let go of the anxiety that you carry within you, and trust that God has everything under control. In His presence, you will find the peace that exceeds all of you, safe in His arms is holding. In every stage of your life, working for God to form your character. He used the UPS and downs, challenges and victories to shape you and prepare. His intention is to make you someone who is strong, wise, and full of grace, someone who wears His love and light into the world. The difficulties you meet are often the tools that God used to your character strengths. It is these trials to strengthen your faith and teach you to be patient, to trust, and to grow. Even if it is not always pleasant, these times can you get through this, sure that God has a bigger plan and that He is preparing you for something wonderful. God sees your potential, and He is patient because it is in you to develop. He is no more of you than you can bear, but He will let you stretch and grow in order for you to the people that He imagines for you. Your character is refined by the fire of testing, and in the end you will be stronger and more sculpted in His image. Trust that every step in your life, whether it's easy or hard to serve, you prepare for what God has in store for you is up to. He sees the end result even if you can't see it yet. Be patient with yourself and let God work in you to do which is necessary to you on greater prepare. There are times when you feel like you are in a desert, feel dry, empty, without a clear path in front of you. However, it is precisely in these desert times God gives His blessing to flourish. He is the God who creates out of nothing, of life, of the dryness of the new growth, and you with His inexhaustible grace supplied. The desert times are not without a sense of purpose. They are moments of preparation, of inner growth and confidence. In this phase, you learn to completely trust God's provision, for He is the only source that can provide for you in the desert. He makes rivers of living water in the midst of your drought flow when you approach Him. God makes the desert to a place of wonder. Where it appears to be impossible, it will bring blessing out. He will bring the seeds He has planted in your hearts to grow, even if you have the feeling that nothing prospers. God is faithful, and you will be in the desert just what you need to move on. Don't despair if you're in a desert time. God is with you and will give you the strength to endure. He will turn your wilderness into a thriving country, and the blessing He has for you will be greater than you can imagine. Trust that God is in the desert with you and will never leave you. It is the presence of God every moment in your life changed. It's close to the power you need to overcome obstacles and give you the peace that you in difficult times is wearing gives you. If God is with you, there is nothing you have to fear, because He is your protection, your refuge, and your strength. In the presence of God you will find everything you need. He is not far away, but close to ready you in every moment of your life with help. His presence fills your heart with joy and hope, even when the circumstances around you are unsure. God makes all the difference in your life because He will give you what can't give the world to you. God's presence accompanies you everywhere you go. She's not leaving you, not even in the darkest of times. If you feel weak, it is His closeness makes you strong. If you don't see a way out, it is His presence that reveals to you a way. God is always with you, and that gives you the security of knowing that you're never alone. Live each day in the assurance that the presence of God around you. It makes all the difference that change your life, and you opened up new perspectives. With Him by your side, you will overcome all, and His closeness will give you the strength and courage to walk every step of your path with confidence. Faith is more than just a feeling or a thought. He is a powerful force your life and the world around you can change. With real deep faith, you can move mountains, overcome obstacles that seem insurmountable, and challenges to go through which appear to be impossible. Faith connects you directly with the infinite power of God. God's word reminds us that already have a faith as small as a grain of mustard seed is sufficient to mountains to move. It's not about how big your faith is, but how big is the God you believe in. If you put your trust in Him, miracles happen. It is not your strength the mountains were moved, but the power of God that works through your faith. This belief is often in the most difficult moments of life tested. If everything seems to be around you is falling apart, it is the faith that keeps you. Believe means to trust in God's promises when you see no way out. It is the firm knowledge that God is faithful and that He is a man of His word, no matter how hopeless the situation seems. Never lose faith. Stick to it, even if the world tells you that there is no reason to hope, because God is powerful and He is at work in your life if you trust Him. Your faith is the key that opens the wonders of the doors to the glory of God, and through Him, you will see how mountains are moved. You live under an open heaven. The blessings God has for you, not to flow incessantly about your life, even if you recognize you immediately. God has opened the heavens far above you, and His mercy, His love and care are always available. You have only to stretch out your hands and receive. An open sky means that the presence of God constantly for you. He hears your prayers, He sees your struggles, and He knows exactly what you need. Under an open sky, there are no barriers between you and God. You have direct access to His throne, to His love and His power. The sky is not remote, but close to and directly above you. This open sky not only brings blessings, but also a responsibility. God has given you access to His wealth so that you can leave in the lives of others flow. You're blessed to be a blessing. The gifts you receive are not only for you, but rather to change pass through you and the world around you. Live every day conscious of that the heavens are open over your life. God holds back nothing from you. He wants to give you everything you need to live in abundance. Trust that He holds in His grace more and more for you than you can imagine. His blessing is flowing continuously, and you may receive in full measure. There is a moment in life that God you to something deeper, calling to a spiritual rebirth, a new beginning in Him. This rebirth is more than just a change in your behavior or your habits. It is a complete renewal of your mind, a transformation that is only by the power of God is possible. He is calling you to leave your old life behind and start a new life in Him. The spiritual birth is the beginning of a completely new chapter. If you are on a call from God to answer, you will discover that your life will never be the same. Old wounds will be healed, past mistakes are forgiven, and you'll find a new identity in Christ. It is as if God gives you a new heart, one that beats according to His will and His love is. This rebirth is a gift from God. You are not by your own effort can earn. It is His grace that draws you to Him. His love will change you. He is calling you to a life in freedom, peace, and a deeper communion with Him. All you have to do is to open your heart and to accept this calling. God is waiting to give you a new life. Be ready to the call of God to listen to, and a new life in Him to begin with. The spiritual birth is the beginning of a journey where you experience His presence in a deeper role than ever before. He calls you in His vicinity to renew to you, to heal, and to make you the man He has always presented itself for you. The challenges in life you will encounter, like sometimes seem overwhelming, but God has a plan, even for the most difficult situations. He leaves nothing wasted, and even your toughest tests can be tools in His hands in order to achieve its goals in your life. Through these challenges, it shapes your character, deepen your faith, and bring you closer to Him. Sometimes we understand why we are going through difficult times need to go, but God sees the bigger picture. He knows that it is exactly these challenges serve you for the responsibilities and blessings prepare He has for you. Each difficulty, each test has a sense that we might recognize until later, when we look back on God's work in our lives. Through your challenges, God shows you that He is greater than any problem that you ever might have. In the moments where you're feeling that you can continue, His strength is in you apparently. He carries you, and if you trust Him, you'll see how He turns even the heavy to be your best. Trust God, even your biggest challenges, to His perfect plan to meet. Nothing is in vain in the hands of God. Every tear, every pain, and every care will be needed by Him to make you the person that you're supposed to be. Let yourself be guided by Him and realize that He is in what you are experiencing now with you, and His plan performs. God is working in your life in a way that the often invisible and incomprehensible. He has a process for you that brings you through different stages, periods of growth, the challenges of peace and change. This process is part of His plan to make you the people that He imagines for you. It takes patience and trust to recognize that God is in every moment at work. God's processes are not always easy to understand. Often they feel long and difficult, but they are necessary for you to prepare for what He has in store for you. He's working on your heart, strengthen your faith, and bring you closer to Him. You don't like to see the entire path, but you can trust that God knows every step of the way. The process that God is with you is individually and tailor-made. What works for others is not necessarily what God has provided for you. Each of us has his own way that God prepared for us. Be patient with yourself and trust that God knows what He's doing, even if the results does not immediately see. Trust God's process. He has a perfect plan for you, and He will meet Him to His time. Don't be discouraged, though the way seems long and difficult. God is leading you, and at the end of this process, you'll see that He has prepared for you something wonderful and lasting. There is a deep and unshakable joy that comes from knowing that you are loved by God and will. This love is not dependent on your services, your past, or your mistakes. You is unconditional and eternal. God loves you because you are His child, and nothing in this world can weaken this love or disconnect. If you are, this truth will recognize, is your heart with a joy that the circumstances exceed. It is a joy even in times of suffering, because you know that God holds you firmly in His arms. His love is your secure anchor and gives you a confidence that cannot be shaken by the storms of life. The world can tell you many things, promise, but true joy in the heart, rooted, comes only from God. If you're aware of how much He loves you, captures your heart, to live in a new way, in the freedom and safety of His infinite affection, this love is the source of all true joy. Let the joy of God in your heart penetration. Trust that you're in His love safe, and live in the freedom it gives you. Because if you know that you are loved, there is nothing you need to fear. God is with you, and His love will give you always a reason to rejoice, even in the darkest moments. In our lives, we often tend to plans to forge and hope you according to our time schedule. But God's timing is different than ours, and we often do not understand why things happen the way we wish it to us. But God's timing is always perfect, even if we recognize it immediately. There may be times where you feel that God comes in late, or that your prayers will not hear. But in reality, He is never late. He knows the perfect moment to act in your life. His plan includes more than you, with your limited eye can see. He works in secret, and at the right time, He is what He has started, complete. God sees the big picture. He knows when the right moment has come to answer your prayers and fulfill His promises in your life. Your task is not to trust Him even if the time matches with your expectations, because God's timing not only fulfilling, but also peace and joy when everything falls into place. Have patience and trust that God's timing is perfect. He doesn't work for your best, even if you understand the steps. Learn how to grow in the waiting time and to let Him lead, because in the end, add up everything the way it is best for you. God is not to come too early and never too late. If God is a door in your life no one is able to close, He has the power to set things in motion. The human forces are out of reach. The doors that He opens are not only opportunities, but the invitations which He gives you in His plans for you to enter. Sometimes you like the feeling that all of the doors in front of you closed, but it is precisely in such moments God will open the door that no man can shut. His plans for your life are set, and when He prepares a way for you, nothing and nobody can prevent it. These open doors are a sign of His grace and guidance. It is important that you go with an attentive heart, and the doors will recognize that it opens. They are often different than you expected, but they always lead to something greater than you imagined. Trust that God knows what doors for you is the right one. When God opens a door, go bold through. Don't hesitate out of fear or uncertainty, for He has prepared this way for you. The doors that He opens are full of promises and blessings, are just waiting for you to take you in reception. No man, no power can close these doors, because they are opened by God Himself. God has you randomly created, but with a clear and large purpose in mind. You were chosen to do something significant in this world, something that only you can fulfill. Your life is a part of a larger plan that God has for you and for the people around you provided. This size you professions are is not to the standards of the world. It's not about fame or recognition, but to the importance you have in the eyes of God. He has created you uniquely, with talents, skills, and a calling that only you can realize. Your size is the fulfillment of God's plan for your life. Often we doubt whether we are actually building something big. Definitely are, especially if we are insignificant to us or unable to feel. But God sees the potential in you that you don't recognize maybe. He is preparing you. He will strengthen you, and He will show you the way as you implement His great plans into action. Don't let self-doubt hold them back. Trust that God has chosen for something big and that He will enable you to reach this size. He is with you in order to give you the strength, the wisdom, and the guidance you need to fulfill your destiny. In His eyes, you are chosen and loved. God's love is like no other aspect of your life. It is unconditionally. That doesn't mean you depends on your actions, your behavior, or your successes. God loves you simply because you're His child. His love knows no boundaries. You never will happen less and less, no matter what. This love is a foundation on which you build your life. People can fail you and your love may sometimes fluctuate, but God's love remains unchanged. It is eternal and everlasting. From the moment you were created until the eternity will be, His love is always there, without end, without condition. There's nothing you can do to earn more or less of it. It is already given to you in full measure. God's love shows itself in every facet of your life. In the moments where you feel alone or unworthy, it is this love that holds you. If you make mistakes, provides you with God's forgiveness and embrace. His love remains the same even if the world rejects you. It is the greatest gift you can ever receive. Live in the awareness that God's love surrounds you day after day, without a break. It gives you the security of knowing that you're never alone, and you always have a value that goes beyond all earthly. This love is the anchor of your soul, and they will hold you forever in the arms of the Father. God's victory is already decided. In your life, there may be times when you feel that the victory is not far away. The challenges seem insurmountable, but be assured that God's victory for you is near. He has already done everything, and this victory is for you to grasp, no matter how difficult the road at the moment may seem. God's victory is not always in the ways we expect. Sometimes the path seems too long, the circumstances are too complicated, but it is precisely in these moments God is at work. He prepares the ground for the triumph of the will not only be visible externally, but also in your heart, in your faith, and in your life deeply rooted. It is important that you are in the faith, reach out, and firmly in the victory of God believe. This belief will carry you, even if you don't understand the circumstances completely. God wants you to realize that the victory is already part of your life. He is firm in His promise, and they will meet if you don't trust Him. Stay steadfast in the faith and don't look at the obstacles, but to the God who already have the victory for you. One has. He will give you the strength to hold on until you reach the moment in which you, the fruits of this victory, to the full harvest can. The victory of God is near and He belongs to you. There are times when you think that nothing is moving forward, that God is not. You see no visible change, and it feels as if your prayers go unanswered. However, it is precisely in these moments God is working in the background of your life. His work is often silent and invisible, but still powerful and resistant. God is the master of it, the threads of your life to weave, even if you don't recognize can. He orchestrated things you can't see. He prepares the way you can't go yet. His silence shows often only later, when you look back and realize that He was the whole time with you and has led you. It is this silence work for you in the meantime strengthens. While you might have the feeling that nothing happens to you, is growing your faith, your patience, and your trust in God's plan. He builds your character and prepares you for the coming blessings, while He arranged behind the scenes all for your breakthrough. Trust God even when you don't see. He is working in your heart and in your circumstances to make it all the best. His plans for you are good, and He will never forget you. Even if you had Him do not hear or see, be sure that He seems to be loyal and active in your life. There are a lot of things we have in life is not to be understood. Why things happen, why prayers go unanswered, why the road is so rocky. But God's ways are higher than our understanding. His plans and thoughts transcend our human limitations, and they often work on a level that we cannot comprehend immediately. God sees the whole picture, while we are only a small part of this exercise. His plan for your life is perfect, even if he unfolds differently than you expect it to. If you're facing difficulties, it is important to remember that God's ways are always good, even when you run through the challenges. His understanding of the time, the circumstances, and the people in your life is perfect. While you might have the feeling that you're stuck or not sure what to do, find, is God leading you to his higher ways. These lead not only to the outer victories, but also to a deep inner transformation. Trust that God knows what he's doing even if you don't understand. His wisdom is infinite, and he is working in each moment of your life. The more you rely on it, that his ways are higher and better, the more you will experience how he will lead you in paths of righteousness and blessing. Hope is a powerful gift from God. She is the anchor of your soul that holds you when the storms of life rage. With God on your side, hope never dies. No matter how dark the circumstances may seem, God's presence always brings a spark of light that gives you new hope. In the deepest moments of despair, it is God's hope that you maintained. It is not dependent on external circumstances, but by the firm assurance that God still has a plan. His promises are true, and his ways lead you to a good end, even if you can't see just how. God's hope never goes out, because they are in his eternal nature is anchored. He is the God of hope, and in him you always find a reason to continue to believe and to trust. This hope gives you the strength to fight, even if everything else is screaming for the task. Hold on to this divine hope. It will carry you through the most difficult times and to give you the confidence that better days will come. With God, the hope never dies, because his love, his plans, and his promises are eternal. You can trust that he is always by your side to get you through any storm. There can be moments in your life where you feel that God's promise to you unfulfilled. Maybe you've been waiting for a long time, prayed and hoped, but still received no response. But be sure of this: God never forgets his promises. What he has promised you, he will fulfill in his perfect time. God is faithful, and his words never return back empty. If he has given you a promise, you can trust that he has not forgotten it. He sees the perfect moment to realize his promises in your life. Even if it looks to you sometimes as if nothing happened, works of God constantly in mind to make his promises come true. Sometimes it is hard to wait, but the wait has a purpose. It is a time of preparation, in God strengthens for the fulfillment of his promise and shapes. He knows exactly when the time is right to let his promises in your life to become visible, and this moment will not be too early and not too late. Don't lose the faith in God's promises. He is a God that keeps his promises, and he has not forgotten about you. Holding on to his loyalty and expect that he will complete the good that he has started in your life too. God's promises are like a rock, and you will meet in your life. The words of God to bear a force far beyond human wisdom goes, you are alive, imbued with his spirit, and bring life into your soul. If you take the words of God in your heart, he will meet you with new strength, hope, and wisdom. His words are not just information, they are the source of life itself. The word of God is the living water of the desert of your heart, refreshed. It nourishes you when you're weak, and give you guidance if you can't see the way. It is the divine words carry you through the darkest times, and you could be sure that God is always with you. The Bible reminds us that man is not by bread alone, but by every word from the mouth of God comes. His words have the power to change your life, renew your mind, and heal your spirit. If you dip yourself in his words, you will feel like you live in new cause, grant you peace, and keep you on your path forward. Take your time to God's words to hear and meditate. They are the food for your spirit, who strengthens you with the wisdom is that you need for every day. I'm not leaving you alone to your own thoughts, but let the words of God, your heart can penetrate, and you show the way. There are times in life when your heart is tired and heavy to the touch. The burdens of everyday life, the worries and challenges can exhaust you, and you, the life force. But God is the one who renews your soul. He brings a fresh wind into your life. He gives you new strength, and he will give you the rest you need to flourish once again. God promises your soul to refresh if you him come in. He knows your exhaustion, he sees your struggles, and he is waiting to give you new strength. This renewal comes when you're ready, your burdens to him to unload and to trust him. He not only gives you new energy, but he fills your heart with a deep peace that heals you from the inside out. It is important that you are periods of silence and renewal in the presence of God are looking for. He is the source of life, and only He can give your weary heart the power it needs. Let His love carry, let you refresh His spirit. God wants to restore you, and you, the joy of giving back your gone may be lost. Trust that God is always ready, your soul to renew it. In it you will find the source that will never dry up. He gives you everything you need to be in the midst of difficulties and challenges, strengthened to continue. Its renewal will bring you not only new, but also a deeper peace and an unshakable joy. In the moments where you are the weakest feel, it is God to you His strength. He is not waiting to the fact that you're perfect or strong. On the contrary, it is in your weakness powerful. His strength is in you, apparently, when you realize that you take it alone, don't you, and your dependence on Him. God invites you, your loads and your weaknesses, Him to pass. If you do, you'll find that He gives you the strength that you have. In the moments when you're at the end of your own abilities, a God with His infinite power and keeps you upright. He is the rock on which you stand, and He never lets you fall. It is not a sign of weakness, God to trust. It is a sign of faith and humility, that His strength is greater than yours. If you admit your weakness and it leaves, you will experience how He will carry you through the most difficult times through. In His strength, you will find the strength to keep going, even when everything seems hopeless. Let your weaknesses to a place where God makes His shows. Trust that He gives you the strength you need to overcome obstacles and keep going, because in your weakness He is strong, and His grace is sufficient to carry you in all of life's challenges. There are times when your heart is broken, torn apart by pain, disappointment, or loss. But know this, God despised never a broken heart. He pulls you in these moments even closer to Himself. Your pain is not indifferent to Him. He sees Him, He feels it with you, and He is willing to heal you in your brokenness. The heart of God is especially open to those who are broken. He is the healer, that gather with gentle hands the broken pieces of your heart and reassembles. He does not look at your strength, but your vulnerability, and in that vulnerability, He met you with a deep compassion and love. A broken heart is not a sign of weakness, but a place where God is His greatest healing and deepest sympathy shows. If you come with your broken heart to Him, you will not experience that He condemns you, but you gently takes it in His arms. He turned your pain in the comfort of your tears into joy, and your grief into hope. Trust in God to the broken heart is not to be despised, but to heal. He knows your deepest wounds, and He is ready to give you a new peace. Let Him come in your brokenness, and shows you that He can all in you restore. God is the one who makes from ashes to beauty. God is the God of second chances, new beginnings. No matter how dark your past may have been, God always offers a new beginning. His promise of a new life, and He invites you to leave the old things behind and go with Him a fresh way. Every day is a new opportunity to receive the fullness of His grace. A new beginning means that the past is not your future. God does not forgive your mistakes, but it also makes you new. He gives you the opportunity to grow in His love and forgiveness and to live the life He has in store for you. His grace is new every morning, and they will carry you in a fresh start. This new beginning requires that you old loads discard. It is a matter of the past, to let go and to trust in the future that God has prepared for you. You don't have to hold on to your mistakes or disappointments. God invites you to pass Him, and the new way to accept that He shows you. Trust in God's promise of a new beginning. He keeps nothing from your past against you. He is looking at the potential He sees in you. Every day with Him is an opportunity to start anew, and in His wonderful plans to enter. Don't let God's grace guide and be ready to go in the new, which He has prepared for you. God is not just a distant observer at some point in the future. The need for intervention, His force acts already in your life. Often we do not recognize God's action immediately because it happens quietly and gently, but He is active. His power through every facet penetrates your being, strengthens you, carries you, and works in areas where you least expect it. This divine power is not of your skills. It is a gift which you receive by faith. God is your source of power, and the more you rely on Him, the stronger you'll be in His power. No matter how weak or incapable, you feel the power of God is able to make the impossible possible in your life. God is calling you of His power to take, particularly in times of weakness. His strength is if you stop to do anything on its own, and you, instead, to His omnipotence leaves. It is His strength that will help you through difficult situations, through and gives you the ability to continue even if it seems like there is no way out. Trust the power of God in you at work, now, in this moment. You may not always feel or see, but it's there, ready to guide you and to support. Let this divine strength of your heart, and you have the courage to give the challenges of life with a firm belief to tackle. God works always, even now, in your life. There are moments in your life in which you find yourself drained and exhausted, feeling as if you're strength in the end. You might even have the feeling that you're left with nothing. However, it is precisely in these moments of weakness God is preparing His care. His gifts often come when you need them the most, but you always come at the right time. God knows your needs better than you even know. His service includes more than just material things. It also affects your heart, your soul, and your spirit. He gives you exactly what you need in order to cope with the challenges of life, and He's never going to leave you without help. The supply of God is not only generous, but also resistant. He is your shepherd, will lead you to green pastures and rest you when the burdens of life become too heavy. You can trust that God never comes too late, and that He never lets you down. Even if it seems as if you're at the end of your resources, God is ready to give you from His inexhaustible source. Be open to the way God you supply the want. Sometimes His help comes in unexpected ways, but it is always exactly what you need. Trust that God has prepared your provision, and that you will, when the right moment came, exactly receive what He has provided for you. Often do you have dreams and desires for your life. You seem big, but God's plans exceed them by far. What can you dream for yourself is nothing compared to the great intentions of God for you. His vision for your life is far greater, deeper, and more comprehensive than you could imagine ever. Your dreams are valuable, but God sees more in you. He sees the potential you don't see maybe once. He has plans that go far beyond what you think is possible. God is the master of the impossible, and He would like to lead you to places and let you do things to show you in your wildest imagination did not reachable. If you your dreams will follow, keep your heart open to the possibilities that God shows you. His plans to bring not only outward compliance, but also a deep inner peace and joy. While you're in on Him and trust He will lead you in ways you into a future that goes far beyond your dreams and beyond. Trust that God's plans are perfect, even if your ideas differ. He knows what's best for you, and His ways always lead to a good end. Let yourself be guided by Him, and was prepared to receive more than you ever imagined. God's plans for your life are greater than anything you could ever dream of yourself. Faith is often in the crucible of life put to the test. It is these tests and challenges to strengthen your faith and make it clean as gold in the fire. God allows you to go through tough times, not to punish you, but your faith will deepen and make it stronger and more pure. When you get through exams it may feel as if everything is falling apart. But in reality, God is forming you through these difficulties. He used the fire to get rid of all the impurities of the doubt, the fear and uncertainty out of your faith, so that you are strengthened and reinforced it to go. Your faith through the fire does not destroy, but refined. Like gold refined in the fire, is also your faith through the trials of valuable and precious. God does not allow it that you will be tested about your forces. He knows exactly how much you can bear, and He is always with you to support you. Be patient with yourself when you in the fire of the tests are. Trust God to give you the passes through these times, and that your faith will be stronger in the end. He knows what you're going through, and He uses every difficulty to bring you closer to Him, and your faith will turn into something precious. God's goodness is everywhere, and they surround you, no matter where you are or what your life situation you're in. It is His love that carries you through each day, and His mercy preserved you from harm. Even if you don't notice it immediately, is the goodness of God in every moment of your life in the present. The Bible reminds us that God's goodness to us is our whole life long. This quality is evident in the small things as in great blessings. It is found in the unexpected moments of joy and the quiet times of recovery. God is always good, and His kindness will never leave you. Even in difficult times, you can be sure that God's goodness around you. Maybe you'll recognize it immediately, but it's there, quietly, but with force, and it acts in your life to give you protection, guidance, and comfort. The goodness of God is a constant companion that never leaves you. Trust that the goodness of God in all acts, what you are experiencing, it is a sign of His faithful love and His eternal promise to always be with you. Let's fill the goodness of your heart, and you the security that you're safe in God's hands no matter what. There's no fight. You only have to. because God knows every detail of your life. He sees the struggles that you carry with you, the fears that plague you, and the challenges you face. He is not far from yours but close, always ready to assist you and to show you the way through the darkness. God is a faithful companion that will never leave your side. No matter how difficult the fight may be, you can't be sure that He is watching you, but actively by your side to fight. He will carry you when your own forces are exhausted, and He gives you the wisdom you need to go to the next step. You're never alone in your fight. Often we feel our struggles isolated, as if no one could possibly understand what we do, but God understands it better than you can imagine. He sees the invisible, the inner struggles of your heart, and He knows exactly how He can give you peace and strength in the midst of the storm. Trust that He is at your side, even if the world around you is chaotic. Be encouraged that God, the Almighty Creator of the universe, to every battle in your life, He lets go of you and will never let you down. In your most difficult moments, you can trust that He is there to give you victory over all your battles also. God knows your struggles and is with you, always. The waiting time is often the most difficult time, but it is never pointless. God uses each and every second of waiting to work on you and the circumstances of your life. His ways are perfect, and even if you have the feeling that nothing's going on, God is going to pave your way and put you on the right moment to prepare. God's timing is different than ours, but He is always perfect. While you are waiting, shaping your character, deepen your faith and teaches you to trust Him more. This waiting period is a time of the arrest, but rather a period of growth. God prepares you for the blessings He wants to give it to you, and makes sure that you are ready to receive you. It is important that you have patience and trust to develop while you are on God's intervention to wait. He is never too late, and He does not forget you. The wait may feel sometimes as a test, but it is an essential part of His plan for you. God is working behind the scenes, even if you can't see it, and He will do everything in its perfect time. Don't lose hope while waiting. Trust that God has a plan, and that His ways are always the best. The fruit which comes from the patience and the wait will be greater than you can imagine. God's plan behind the waiting time is it. You prepared for what is yet to come, and the best is still in front of you. In the midst of chaos and turmoil that life sometimes brings, God gives you an unwavering promise, the peace that all understanding exceeds. This peace is not the external circumstances, but comes directly from the presence of God. It is an inner peace that calms your heart, even when the world is raging all around you. God offers peace as a shield against the worries and fears of them that afflict thee. He knows that life can be messy, but He promises you that you will find in its vicinity calm and serenity. His peace is like an anchor for your soul that holds you when the waves of life you and want to hurricane. This divine peace comes when you turn your worries into His hands lay. Instead of the anxiety overwhelmed, you can trust that God is in control. He wants you to realize that you don't have to navigate alone through the storms of life. He is with you and offers you in every moment of His peace. Take the promise of the peace of God gives you. Allow Him to calm down your heart and trust that He has everything under control. No matter how chaotic the circumstances may be, you can be sure that the peace of God you will protect. This peace is a gift that helps you to stand firm, even when life around you is raging around. God's word is infallible. If He has promised something, you can be sure that it will happen. His word never returns empty, but whatever it was sent. You can count on His promises because God is faithful and His word remains the same, even if everything else goes. There may be times where you feel that God's promises in your life do not arrive, but remember that God is always true to His word. His plans and His time are perfect. Even if you don't have to wait to see how His words to become a reality, He works nevertheless, behind the scenes to meet them in your life. The Word of God is not only a promise for the future, it is a living reality for the here and now. If you trust in His words and in your heart recording, you'll see how to change your life. His words bring life, healing, peace, and hope. They are a constant source of strength and encouragement. Rely on the Word of God. No matter what the circumstances look like, He is faithful, and He will never fail. Hold on to His promises because you are the anchor for your soul. When everything else is shaken, remains the Word of God is fixed and immutable. It's your safe ground on which you build your life. At the end belongs to the victory always to the Lord. No matter how hard the struggles in your life, you can be sure that God has won the final victory already. His victory is complete and irreversible, and it covers each area of your life and your concerns, your fears, and even death itself. he has overcome. This victory the God one has is not only a future event, it is a present reality. You may already today, in the light of this victory of life, everything that's bothering you, every challenge that seems to overwhelm you has no permanent stock, because God has already triumphed. His victory is final and eternal. You sometimes weak and defeated, but God's victory gives you the strength to fight on. You fight not alone, but in the certainty that the Lord is on your side and that the outcome is already determined. His victory means that you're free, that you're saved, and that nothing can separate from His love. Celebrate this final victory through Jesus Christ, offered as a gift. He has conquered death and given life, not only for eternity, but also for today. Live in the joy and confidence that this victory, and remember that you're in all more than an overcomer, because the victory belongs to the Lord. There are times when the road ahead is unclear. You may feel, without knowing which step to do next. But God is the one who brings light to your path. He is not a God of confusion, but of clarity, and He will show you which way to go if you don't trust Him. God's clarity is often characterized by periods of silence and prayer. If you welcome Him, He will enlighten your mind and help you to make the right decisions. Maybe He doesn't give you full vision, but He gives you enough light for the next step. This step may seem small, but He leads you closer to the larger plan that He has for you. It is important to have patience if you are on God's guidance, wait. He often shows us the way step by step to teach us to trust Him and stay in His presence. Even if you don't see now everything is clear, you can trust that God will give you exactly at the right time and the wisdom that you need to move on. Trust in God to clarity in your ways will bring. He will never leave you in the dark walk, but you always show us the way that leads to the best of His plan for your life. Open your heart to His leadership, and you will know how He gives you peace and certainty, even in the moments of uncertainty. In a world full of uncertainties, the only God, a true and safe shelter. It is the place you can turn to when everything appears to be around you is uncertain or scary. His presence is like a strong tower that protects you from the storms of life. When you approach Him, you will find safety and security. God is not only a refuge for times of trouble, but for every moment of your life. He invites you to come at any time to Him, no matter how big or small your problem may be. In His presence you can rest and recharge your batteries, because He is your protection and your strength. You can rely on the fact that He never lets you down. When the challenges of life overpower you, could you in God always find refuge? His arms are opened wide and He keeps you safe no matter what is happening around you. You're safe with Him, and no power in the world can tear you from His hand. In its vicinity you can find peace sells all fears. Let God be your constant refuge be. Trust that He will not protect you in hard times, but in the quiet moments of your life. It is the place where you'll always find peace, and He will always offer you the security you need in this uncertain world. God is your refuge today and forever. There are struggles in life that are too big to appear. You alone exist. But the truth is, you have to fight. Don't fight alone. God is on your side, and He's fighting for you. If you feel that the load is too heavy, remember that God is your strength and that He will help you to win the battles of your life. God as a mighty warrior on your side. He sees the challenges you face, and He stands up for you also if you notice it immediately. In the moments where you feel weak and helpless, He is there to secure the victory. You're never alone on the battlefield of life. The Bible tells us that we are not in your own strength you need to fight, but the battle belongs to the Lord. This means that you can stand up in His defense and its leadership, rather than away from the challenges of life overwhelm you. God will fight for you, and He will bring you the victory. You couldn't do it alone. Trust that God, in your fight for you as is, give Him your worries and fears, and let Him stand up for you. He is the most powerful ally you can have, and with Him by your side, you will overcome the greatest challenges. God will fight for you, and He will give you the victory. There are times in which you feel that your story is already written, that the mistakes of the past or the challenges of the present, the end is determined. Yet God has the power to write your story. He can create from what's broken something new, and He can turn your past into a future full of hope. God is the author of your life, and He writes each page with love and care. Even if you have the feeling that your life is in a cul-de-sac, God has already prepared a new chapter for you. He not only sees where you are today, but also the great potential that lies within you. He is the one that gives you a new direction when you least expect it. You don't have to let go of your past to define, because God is ready to give you a fresh start to give. He can even take some of the darkest parts of your life and turn it into a testimony of His grace and love to transform. If you trust Him, He will lead you on a path of recovery and renewal. Let God, the spring in the palm of your hand, and your story rewrite. He is the God of second chances, new beginnings, and of hope. Trust in what is to Him, that He may make your story something beautiful and full of meaning, no matter behind you. With God on your side, your story is not over yet.